Welcome back, everybody, to Ice Dogs This Week. With us, Colton Incze, goaltender for the Niagara IceDogs. First things first, Colton, just thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So this is your second time on the show. You were on the show last year.
Correct.
But when you were on the show last year, you were learning the OHL. You weren't getting a lot of playing time. Bit of a different vibe for you this year with the Niagara IceDogs.
Yeah, for sure.
So what is been... What has helped you get to where you are right now? You and I have talked, both on the record and off the record, about what you did in the off season. So kind of tell people what you did to clear your mind and get refreshed and ready to go for this season.
Yeah, I took a few weeks off to travel and spent a lot of time with my family, and I think I just got back to the basics within my game, and that really helped a lot simplify my game and got that confidence back going into the year.
That said, with that confidence, last year when you did get in, you were not given any easy games by any means. I think you had two starts in Erie, or three, and maybe one in I can't even remember. But they were all on the road, and they were all really hard games. What were you able to take from those experiences that have helped you grow as a goaltender?
Yeah, 7 of my 10 starts were against the top 5 teams in the West. So, yeah, like my mom always
sink or
says,
swim, right?
Yeah, my mom always says, with challenge comes growth. So I think that those challenges really helped me develop my character as a goaltender, and I learned so much from those games, even though they destroyed my confidence by the end of the year, and they destroyed my statistics a little bit, but I learned so much from it about myself and as a person and as a goaltender.
So, sorry, Matt, because what you said there is bluntly honest, right? Like, not a lot of players have the maturity level to say, like, my confidence was destroyed at a certain point. And then not only that, but now be able to say that you've come back from it. So what's happened? What's enabled that change, I guess?
Honestly, I think it's just a mindset change over a physical change. I think not too much of my game has changed. I think this year I just went in with the mindset, I'm a second-year guy. This is my time to shine, have an opportunity here in Niagara to steal some games. I'm a year older. It's a more of a try and beat me attitude instead of don't beat me, I'm scared of the puck kind of attitude.
That said, you just said it's your second year in the league. What's different as a second-year player? Obviously, you don't have to worry about school this year, taking a full load of high school classes. Does that make it easier? And just what overall is different? Is it easier to know what to expect going into each building?
I think a year as a goaltender makes a tremendous difference. Just even with the reaction speed, I find I'm just a year of adjusting to the speed with the shots makes a huge difference. And also, 1 year older makes a big difference. You know all the rinks, you know the players, you kind of have a better ability to handle that pressure. So I think that's the biggest change for me so far.
When we talk to a lot of the players and we ask, like, what's the biggest difference coming from midget into the OHL or whatever, wherever they played, junior B into the OHL, and it's always that the guys are just a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. But for a goaltender, is that the same thing, or is it more about the shots are a little heavier or the releases are a little quicker? Because, you're not battling in the corners for a puck with someone 3 years older than you, right? But you are trying to stop a slap shot from someone 3 years older.
There's a vast difference, stopping Dylan Strome from the top of the circle to a guy in midget, right?
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the shot speed. And I think a big part of the differences within the game is the professionalism. Everyone here that comes to the rink and the IceDogs is trying to make it to the next level. They're all hungry for an NHL spot. It's really competitive. Whereas I found in midget sometimes there was guys just playing just because their parents wanted to keep them busy sometimes. But I don't want to take away from midget because, there's some late bloomers there that really pushed me and I thought were great defensemen and great forwards. Jaden Pekka and Barry Colts played with me in midget, and he's thriving there, so I don't want to take anything away from midget hockey.
No, absolutely not. It's just, it is what it is. There's always that next step, right?
Yeah.
So a thing I wanted to ask you about, because you're a goaltender, and I wanted to get this very specific outlook on things is, Ottawa and Gatineau had just announced an outdoor game in, what was it, December?
December 17th.
December 17th. So let's just hypothetically say it's snowing and ridiculous out there.
Yeah.
What kind of difficulties would that present for a goaltender? And like, did you play when you were playing out on the lake?
Oh,
Were
yeah.
you a goaltender for that too?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I love the playing in the freezing cold weather because it keeps you awake. I find some of the OHL rinks today are so warm for the fans that sometimes you're sweating and you get a little bit dizzy. It's so hot in there. But definitely the snow on the ice or the water or the pond definitely slows you down, slows the puck down, but it also slows your movement down. So it can become pretty exhausting moving in all that snow and gear out there.
You know, DJ touched upon your summer activities earlier on. When you were here last year, you were talking about, it has to happen. You were talking about going to a J. Cole concert.
Yeah.
So
Matt's
I guess
downloaded all of his albums now.
absolutely. How was it, and anything memorable from it?
Yeah, it was an absolute blast. I went with my sister. I actually went to the Kendrick concert 2 nights before as well, so
You were busy.
pretty.
Other artists I've never heard of because I'm an old man.
Well, he's one of the biggest artists in the world.
Okay,
but
cool. I'll Google him later.
yeah, was a lot of fun, and he's been one of my favorites for 5-6 years now. I've followed him all the way up, so it was an absolute blast.
So, getting back to hockey,
People wanted to
the
know
people
DJ.
want it. You got to give the people what they want,
Exactly.
right? All right. So, getting back to hockey, last year the expectations for the team were no, I don't want to say low. It was make the playoffs, but no one really expected a long playoff run. It was a rebuilding team, whatever.
A young team.
A young team. 80% of the team was rookies or limited ice time the years before. Now the expectations for the team are a bit different. I don't know if anyone expects a championship this year, but I think people expect playoffs and more than just getting in the playoffs this year. Is that reflected in the dressing room? Are the players aware of that? Do they think about that? Do you guys care about that?
Oh, for sure. We definitely care about that. Right from the beginning of the season, we discussed as a group our goal was to win 40 games and to compete for that Central Division banner. And I definitely still think that's in the picture, but no, I don't think we're just trying to make the playoffs and compete this year. I think we are competing for a championship, whether we decide to make moves this year or not. We have veterans such as Johnny Corneal, Zach Shankar, and Stephen Dillon. Who knows if this is his last year or not with how well he's been playing. So we're definitely pushing for a championship this year as well.
All right, so last year we talked about all your starts being against some of the tougher teams and on the road. Mm-hmm. You played a game recently at the Meridian Center for the first time in your career. How was it to play at home and with all the familiarity in the rink that you practice in every day?
Oh, it was an absolute blast. I don't even know how to describe it. It was a sold out barn and 5,300 people. I've been waiting since April 11th, 2015 to start in that rink, and I think I backed up close to 50 games, so not starting in goal wearing number 30 was a bit weird, but it was absolutely buzzing. The fans were there to support me, I thought, the whole time, and even though I let in a weak first goal, they had my back that entire time, and it was an absolute blast.
It's a little bit different hearing the who cares after a goal that you've let in than the other team's crowd cheering like mad, right?
Yeah, goal horns.
Does that do you notice those things on the ice? Like, does it help you when you hear the who cares? Does it get in your head and you say yeah, who cares, or are you just doing your own mental stuff anyways?
Honestly, I don't notice anything on the big screen really. Sometimes my parents will come up to me after the game and say, hey, you were on the camera, or did you see this on the KISS camera? I have no idea what's going on up there. I'm just focused on the game.
Focused, eh?
Yeah, I am.
All right, well, we need to move on and focus on the next 2 games. Colton, thanks a lot for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the 2 games coming up this week.